Hello and welcome into Divination Rainbow. Thank you so much for joining in for today's reading. We are going to be taking a look at a choice that you may be facing at this time or soon to face, and we're going to look into each potential outcome and go a little bit more into depth with the detail that we can uncover there. I hope that you're enjoying your day. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the deck, and then we're going to pull a few cards so that we can take a deeper look into this choice that you may be facing. This right here is going to be the choice. This one here is going to be yes, or the favorable outcome that you have in mind. And this is the opposite. This is no, or the less favorable or unfavorable outcome that you may have in mind. Okay. So the choice that you're facing right now is something that would have to do potentially with finance. It is about grounding yourself, but also being practical at this time. You maybe have recently become a little bit more financially secure and wanting to maintain these balances. So the choice that I see being faced here is something where you're very aware of the circumstance and the situation around you. Things have been growing and abundant, and you're trying to stay grounded in a way. Practicality. This could have something to do with your living situation or your home life. I am getting that energy strongly. So if the outcome on your mind ends up being something favorable, it looks like it will put you into a situation where you are feeling some accomplishment after a cycle of hard work. So all of that blossoming and things growing up around you, all right, that has you wanting to be in a sense of being more practical with your applications and also more grounded in your daily life, more stable in the home setting. It's going to be putting you in a situation where you are feeling a sense of accomplishment because you have worked hard. If the outcome is not the favorable outcome that is on your mind, it's actually going to put you into a situation of stuck energy where you may be needing to go much further inward and maybe even potentially putting you into a position of seeing things through a completely different light, having to take a whole new approach and really reaching out and connecting during that time with your guides and your spiritual team that surrounds you. So let's get a little bit more information here about this choice. I really feel like we need more information about this choice. And I'm feeling called to switch here. What can we see, please, Spirit, about the choice that the collective is being faced with at this time? Forgiveness and waiting. Okay, so yeah, definitely seeing some synchronicities here with this little bit of spiritual awakening here. Definitely an epiphany, an aha moment for someone. And this is a completely different deck, but we still see here the rose imagery, the floral imagery. So things have really been blossoming and going well, but also at the same time, there could be a little bit of a need of letting go of some things that happened in the past, choosing to move forward, and instead of just allowing it to sit with you, having to actually sit with it and then release it, being in a state of surrendered energy as well. Interesting. This choice could definitely have something to do with a family member or a roommate, someone that you are in close connection with. I really am getting a strong vibe here, like a living situation, home life, needing to decide whether or not you're going to allow this person back into your space and whether or not they're going to be able to benefit from the hard work and the self awareness and the prosperity that you have cultivated on your own. Okay. Anything else we can see about this choice? Yeah, this is exactly what it is. We just got the Six of Cups in reverse. So this is a person that you have quite a history with, okay? Memories, nostalgia, but it's starting to turn bad in a way that you need to forgive or move forward. And this person has been waiting to kind of see what you're going to do. Are you going to forgive and move forward? Or are you going to say no? And that's what it is. If you forgive and move forward, okay, we see with this Seven of Pentacles, let's look now into if you forgive and move forward. The first thing we're seeing is it's some kind of accomplishment. What else can we see here? If we're able to bridge this gap, to mend this broken bridge and not burn it. The sun, but it came out in reverse clearly in my eyes. I saw it right like this. All right. Interesting. Maybe things not always being what they appear. Yeah, things not always being what they appear here. So if you do say, yes, I forgive, it could put you right back in the same situation later on. Yeah, we don't need to see any more about that. Yeah, with the sun in reverse, it's something that was supposed to be beautiful and happy and nice, and it ends up just being a rainy day. And that shows up again with Three of Swords. There's actually rain in the background here, a broken heart, someone who has really been through it. And then it puts you in a situation of being stuck and at a crossroads. It's kind of like darned if you do, darned if you don't. So, what about this no, or this outcome that you're maybe thinking of at the present time as being unfavorable? What's going on with that? Mm, things may not always be what they appear. And there you go. I literally just said that. And you can rewind if you don't believe me, because I literally just said that. And that's what's happening. So, this aha moment, what do I do here? What's going on? Thinking, connecting, praying, trying to figure it out, see my way through this. What happens if I decide to move on from this situation? Okay, there's a new community coming in. There's an opportunity to have a sense of belonging and a happy home life, whether that's with friends and family or whether it's with a new partner. With the Three of Pentacles, it is a clear message that there's companionship possible, and it's just reinforced here by the Ace of Cups, which would be a new beginning, okay? New force coming in that's bringing in a new light and also something that has a loving energy to it. And with the Wheel of Fortune, we're seeing all of the seasons of the year on this card here. It's letting me know that cycles would be closing out in a kind of like a finality kind of way, giving you the opportunity to see things coming full circle and maybe even ending up better than you expect. Because when we see the Wheel of Fortune, it's something that could just be destiny, right? It's going to happen one way or the other, but it's also something that the outcome may not be quite what you expect. Things are not always as they appear. Okay, that is powerful. And what an interesting way that this has taken a turn here. And that makes so much sense why I felt called to do this reading today, because what a choice to be in the situation of having to make. What a choice to have to make. Do I let go of this memory? Interesting. Now, that seems pretty heavy. So I want to take a little bit of a deeper look into the energy and pull out any more guidance that we can from your guides and see what spirit has for you as far as messages as you move forward through this choice and you meditate on the decision. Hmm. Definitely an upheaval, but needing to get to that point where you need to decide. Hmm. Yeah, because things can change. It's just going to depend on how you want it to go. And it's going to take some choices being made. So I see someone right now in an energy of feeling kind of stuck in a situation that does not feel good and that is very disturbing to the nervous system and the senses. Trying to find a way to bring a good outcome for yourself, but at the same time, I am getting the energy of someone who is prioritizing the needs of others over their own needs, and it's putting them in an energy of being stuck. Okay. So if that sounds like you, what I'm seeing here from your guides is that there is a hope as this cycle comes to a close with this waning crescent here. A portal is opening in front of this figure that we see depicted on this card because new opportunities are out there, and it's just going to depend on the decision that you make in this moment. And it's not about looking at these cards and thinking, should I do this or should I do that? It's about going deeper, okay? Because what is going to work for you is based off of what you already know. So you've already been feeling this. You've already been having a knowing within, an inner knowing, an intuitive pull in one direction or the other. And this is just intended to serve as your confirmation and your guidance as you move through that lane. It's going to take some courage, but it is something that I feel you have been building up passionately, and communication is going to open up the ability to bring the changes that we need to see in any situation. Communication is key, not to be cliche, but that is quite true. But movement at the same time can bring in quite a bit of abundance and building the reality that you wish to see as you make these changes, regardless of the choice you make. You have that choice to build, to create. And it's just a step in the right direction. That's all it takes. You might not see this is already working behind the scenes, but you feel it in the energy. This I do know. And as the communication comes in, it's going to really feel like that sadness has lifted. It's going to put you in a situation of being able to have a better grasp over your emotions. And once your cup is full, you'll be able to fill other cups, right? Once your cup is full, you'll be able to fill other cups. And that is a promise. Cleansing your energy very important at this time. Any cord cutting or any practices that you may do personally, and maybe even stepping back from certain communities if you feel that it is influencing your choices and blocking you from being able to think freely, even if it is tarot guidance or otherwise. Free thought, bringing you into the stability energy that allows you to make the choice to see the change unfold, because you write your own story. So, with all of that being said, I really hope that you let me know what ends up happening with this choice, because I can see this has been really pressing and weighing on your mind quite heavily. And I hope that this message did find you gently. Any value you were able to take from it, I am truly grateful, and I am especially grateful for your presence here always. So, until the next one, please do take good care of yourself. Bye for now.